Hello. Hello, and welcome to the third ever Kipper Snack podcast, the Kipper Cast. I am Sean. If this is your first Kipper Cast for some reason, I'm Sean. I'm the creative Kipper Snack. Kipper Snack is a music project, a band, music before anything, but also does other things for fun, like this. Sometimes other things like clothes, videos,
hand me my drink,
etc.
I need a drink. Muchas gracias.
With me today is a very special guest, someone who I grew up with. We lived in the same house when I was a kid, and I guess he was a kid too.
God, that was years ago.
And he is my cousin. In my family, we call him Tonki.
C.
But his real name is Hermes.
C.
Or a lot of people know him as Koefficient.
C. That is me.
You want to tell me what you do for a living?
Well, first of all, thank you for having me here. That is just proper podcast etiquette that I would think the person that would invite me to their basement.
No, thank you.
And lock the door.
I'm honestly so stoked.
And all that good jazz. And I am here with a liquid dead with a liquid dead in hand.
A liquid dead.
That's what no. Oh, there we go. Liquid dead in hand.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm here to talk about a bunch of...
Oh, yeah.
I love the sound of a soda being cracked open.
The liquid dead.
A cold one being opened is great. But no. Thank you for having me and stuff. And yeah, I'm here to talk for however long you want until you open that door and let me out.
I have all of your time. We're never leaving.
We're never leaving. I do YouTube and I do Twitch and I make content and I live stream and I do all that good jazz.
Yeah.
So, and yeah.
How long have you been doing it full time now as like your full-time job?
My full-time job, I quit my actual job and like my main job in 2021 of April.
Oh, wow.
I want to say. So I've been doing this for about 2 years now.
That's crazy.
A little over 2 years. I know, right? It's been insane.
I didn't even realize it's been that long.
I know, right? It's kind of nuts looking back at it now. Mm-hmm. Actually, looking back at it, like, because at the time when I actually quit my real job, I worked at a bank, and I quit my real job, and I thought I was such a good employee. But looking back at it, I was such a shit employee, actually, to the point where my boss's son comes into my stream sometimes.
Really?
And he's like, dude, it's so cool that you're doing this. He's real supportive. And he brought up, was like, yeah, sometimes my mom, she would talk about you. I'm like, oh man, I think I was a real, I wasn't very good, huh? I wasn't very good.
Dude, because I feel like everybody in our family like worked at a bank at one point, or like maybe not a bank, dude, but like something
finance,
similar to that,
like finance industry.
Because I worked at Wells for like 3 years.
Yeah,
you worked at Chase for like 10 or not 10.
I worked it for like 6-7 years. Yeah,
6-7 years.
Yeah, if it wasn't for this content creation BS, then I would definitely be like a lot. I'll be climbing up the bank ladder.
Yeah. I think a lot of people who like start at the bank end up just they either climb it and they get to the top, or they just like quit and pursue something they love.
Yep.
Because they do such a good job of taking care of you there.
The bank is a great place to work, to be honest with you.
It's honestly great. Like,
well, it depends on the bank though, to be honest.
We worked at Chase and Wells. Those are like the two notoriously worst banks in the whole world.
For consumers. As an employee, it was great for me.
Dude, so can you, like, how did you make the decision that it was like time to like quit? Were you like already pretty Like, were you making a steady income from Twitch and YouTube before you quit, or was it like, let's just like do it?
Usually when it comes to like that and you like have a main job and you have something on the side, usually the biggest indicator that it's like, okay, maybe I should start transitioning over is when that job makes more money than your main job. That's when you start thinking about it. You're like, wait a minute, maybe I can just transition over. And the biggest thing was health insurance.
Oh, yeah.
Insurance was huge because if I go solo, then I can't go to the. I have to pay for my own. But then I found a nice thing for me to have insurance while also doing this content creation stuff, and kind of that was the big thing because for like a year, maybe a year and a half, probably like a year. I was making quite a bit, like more or equal to what I was making at the bank. So, and then I'm like, I can really, it's a risk, obviously, every single time. Because when it comes to being on the internet, you never know what can happen.
Yeah.
There's no job security. Well, first of all, I don't believe in job security at all.
Yeah,
but
job security.
It's even worse when it comes to content creation and YouTubing and stuff like that. So. But yeah, no, health insurance or just insurance in general was the big thing that made me want to jump ship.
And so like because I remember you went like part-time for a while at the bank, right? You did like a real smooth transition.
It was very smooth. I try to keep it as smooth as I could. I went from part-time to full-time to part-time to no time. So it was pretty smooth. I think it went pretty well, to be honest, but
yeah. And like when you did that, was kind of like, did you have like a big like support system from everybody? Like, was everybody like,
on
you
board?
should do this, you should do this, you should quit and you should do this, or like did you one day were just like, I'm gonna do this like on your own and then like start telling people, or like?
No, it was primarily like on my own. I just decided, and then afterwards I told people. Well, I have always like decided, you know what, I'm gonna try and do it, and if people are supportive of it, then that'll be great. I don't really give a crap about what other people think, but it's really nice to have a support system, which fortunately I do have. I do have a lot of people that are on my side and they support me in whatever.
I think a support system is very important when you're doing something that like takes a lot, Yeah.
It's huge.
It's crazy. Can you give me like your whole, like from start to now, kind of like your journey, I guess?
I can do that.
I want to hear.
How much time do you got?
Because I've like been there.
I'll be here for a while, son.
and I feel like when you're like a family member with somebody, when you hear somebody does something and you're like so supportive of it, it's like how I am with music and whatnot. Everybody's like, oh yeah, Sean's playing music. Sean plays music, but none of you guys listen to it. You know what I mean? Like,
you're kidding me, dude? Dude, a bunch of us listen to it. What do you mean?
I mean, like I'll watch your streams and I'll watch your videos, but it's not like there's like a different connection to it in a way where it's like, I don't know how much you're growing. I don't know.
Oh yeah. Like the metrics, like is he doing good? Like, can't tell. Like
that kind of thing. And like the same thing with like my music and my family. Nobody ever knows where I am with it. You know,
both of our professions are more niche.
Yeah,
it's not really fit for household jobs.
Yeah, that's true.
It's like, hey, honey, I'm going down to the grocery store to work my job.
The grocery store.
Yeah, I'm a manager at the grocery store. Stuff like that. But yeah, our things are more niche.
Yeah. But yeah, give me like from the beginning, because you started on a completely different thing on YouTube, I remember, and I don't know if I'm allowed to say it.
Like what?
Your card thing.
Oh yeah. I forgot about that. No, that was something else. So yeah. Okay. Even before that, I basically did a lot of card magic. I did a lot of card magic, and because I was really big into just like flourishes and magic in general, because I got into Chris Angel. That's how that started.
That's Chris Angel.
It was Chris Angel, yeah. I saw that guy show Mind Freak, and it freaked my mind. And I'm like, I want to be like that guy. So I started wearing like I'm not even kidding, rings.
Mm-hmm.
I started wearing a beanie and a cap over the beanie and necklaces.
Bro, you look sick.
And I started wearing like real, like, I don't even know how to say it. Like, I started wearing like more edgy clothing, you know, darker black clothing and stuff, a little more gothic.
Goth kid.
Yeah, kind of like that, you know. I don't think I was goth. I didn't wear mascara or paint my nails or any of that stuff, but I definitely wore more darker clothing, grew my hair out.
Mm-hmm.
God, that was bad.
I don't remember this.
Oh, dude, you don't remember this?
I remember your cool tricks though.
Yeah. I had the tricks. So, anyways, I started going more and more into card magic, and then eventually, like, I did it at school and all that jazz, and eventually, I'm just like, I kind of don't want to do this anymore. So I kind of just stopped doing it, like, because, dude, my dad, he was like, this guy's my 401k. This guy's gonna be a magician. He's gonna have big shows. I'm like, I don't know about that. But I started channels.
Yeah.
Yeah, I started a channel. Actually, I started like 3 channels, but no one knows about, like, mostly because I deleted one and anyways. Big old meaningless fluff. But yeah, no, I started magic channels. They literally went nowhere. And I just tried to do cool stuff, but I was just a kid. Like, yeah, look at me. I'm playing with my cards and I'm doing magic and stuff. And I'm trying to look cool. But, you know, it ended up being just cringy.
Yeah,
so those videos are still on the internet because I look back at those just to be like, yeah.
Look where I've come.
Look how far I've come. But mostly it's just to cringe at myself sometimes. Like, thank God I'm not that kid anymore.
Aww.
But so yeah, I had magic channels. They didn't go anywhere. They literally like didn't even break 20 subs on YouTube.
Dude, I broke 20 subs. I'm at like 30.
Hell yeah, you're doing better than card magic me. So hell yeah, screw that guy.
Oh, that's what's up.
So that happened, and then I started to do a Let's Play channel after that, and that's when it kind of took off. My very first Let's Play was, dude, I look back at that, I cringe so hard. It's Kingdom Hearts. And the reason why I started the Let's Play is because I had this other YouTuber that I was watching a lot that was called, it's a very controversial figure in today's day and age. And every time I say it, people go, what? Really? You watch them? His name is Darkside Phil. Okay. DSP. You don't know who he is, do you?
I've heard the name DSP so many times, but I don't know.
Yeah, no, he's definitely a piece of work.
Really?
But he used to do a Let's Play series. He used to be a Let's Play channel. One of the first ones, actually. He would point his camcorder at the TV, and he would just talk, and he'd play games like that, right? So I did the exact same thing with Kingdom Hearts. And that's how my early videos were. It's me pointing at the TV and playing video games. And it was bad. So that's how it all started. And then I got to the point where I was into fighting games. And I got into fighting games because actually your brother.
Yeah, Brandon.
You remember that?
Brandon got us all into fighting games.
Yeah.
Bro.
He came back home from college with Xbox and Street Fighter 4.
Yo.
Yeah, Street Fighter 4. He's like, want to play?
It wasn't even super yet. It was just regular.
It's a vanilla Street Fighter 4. That's what we call it, vanilla, because it's the first one. The most basic version of the game. Vanilla Street Fighter 4, and he kicked our ass.
Destroyed us.
With
Blanca.
Yeah, with Blanca and Zangief.
Mm-hmm.
And at that point, I'm like, whatever. You know, see me in Smash, buddy.
Yeah. Play me in Smash.
Play me in Smash. We'll see how good you are. That happened, and then I finally got my first Xbox 360 for Christmas, I'm pretty sure. And I got into Modern Warfare 2. And then I started to look for other games to have on my Xbox because I only had Modern Warfare 2. And I'm like, I don't just want to play Modern Warfare 2. So, and then I went to GameStop and they had vanilla Street Fighter 4 on sale for like $10. I'm like, I'll get this. And then I started doing trials modes. And I'm like, dude, there's got to be a way to do these trials. So I looked up on YouTube how to do these trials. And that's when I started to look into other YouTube videos and not commentary, just tournament footage. I'm like, there's people playing this game competitively. What the hell? That just blew my mind. Because I was watching a lot of Modern Warfare 2 videos too, like Call of Duty, like competitive, like if anybody, shout outs to anybody that remembers Machinima, with
Stark and
with Stark and Sea Nanners and those guys. Anyways, so then I'm like, oh, fighting games, wow, holy crap. So then I started to play more Street Fighter, and then I started to make more videos on Street Fighter. And that's when I saw Darkside Phil as well, because he was a competitive Street Fighter player, and he did a lot of videos, and that's how I found him initially. And then he did Let's Plays, and that's when I started to kind of get going there. Anyways, I started the Let's Play channel, and then it was doing really bad. Obviously, I mean, like in today's standards, like me looking back, but back then I'm like, oh my god, I got 12 views. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's so great.
How I feel right now.
Yeah. It's like, oh my god, this if a video broke 100 views. I literally like shat my pants. Dude. It was like, that's insane.
Imagine 100 people in one room.
I know. That's what I justified myself. Like, it's like, oh my God, that's so many. Imagine 44 people in one room.
Yeah.
Those are the amount of people that watch my video.
And they love me.
They don't. They absolutely don't. Those are literally just people that walked by. Like, imagine being in the Las Vegas Strip. You see all those people walking around. Those are the people that watched my videos or like videos back then. But anyways, I kept going, and then I started uploading more fighting game videos. Got my first capture card. Started thinking about building my own PC, and I did build my own PC. And that's when I started to. Oh, by the way, just for the people that don't know, I grew up, and then I stopped watching DSP. Because I'm like, this guy's kind of a piece of shit. Yeah, and I was one of those kids where I'm like,
have that guy.
Yeah,
lives,
exactly.
You know?
Yeah, like
it's gonna be like this next generation with Andrew Tate.
Oh,
they're gonna turn 14 and realize that Andrew Tate's a piece of shit.
Yeah, or they don't, which is what I'm afraid of. But
oh god,
I know. But anyways. I started doing a bunch of fighting game stuff. Started playing a lot of Street Fighter 4, Mortal Kombat 9. Started playing Marvel vs. Capcom 3. Just a lot of fighting games. And then that's when I started to go to my locals.
Oh, I went to some of those with you.
Yeah. Did you?
Dude, okay.
I think I remember.
This is off topic, but I like... Tonki to me was like... basically another like brother for me, because we grew up in the same house for a long time, and then once he moved to a different place,
I would still come by.
He would still come by, or I would go there, and then I would stay there for like weeks. And then he
like
would come to mine and then stay at mine for like weeks. And so it's just like anytime we would do anything, like you would go to the locals or you would go to these things, I would just come.
Yeah.
And I would just bring my DS and I would just sit there, and I remember going to so many locals with you.
Locals, man. I remember that.
People would like scream and throw their arcade sticks on the ground, and then everybody would stare at them, and then they would storm out, and then
I remember that.
And I was like, these people are like 30 years old.
They're grown ass men. Grown ass men, and they're throwing things and they're getting mad and they smell, and it's great. I love it. That way, but so my best friends, but I started making a bunch of content, and then I'll tell you the game that actually like kind of got me a little bit more, popular, if you want to say that. It's a game called Blaze Blue. Yeah, Blaze, and it's an anime fighter.
Noel.
Yeah, so I started playing that because I told my audience, I said, okay, I could either play Blaze Blue or King of. This is all real nerd stuff, but. Either King of Fighters or Blaze Blue, which is another fighting game, King of Fighters. And they're like, play Blaze Blue. And then after that, I'm like, all right. And I started playing Blaze Blue, and then I'm like, there's nothing on Blaze Blue. There's no guides. There's no videos. And at the time, there was a lot of content creators like Cross Counter with shout outs to like Mike Ross and the Excellent Adventures and stuff like that. So... I watched a lot of those, and there's like nothing like that. It's all Street Fighter. It's all Capcom based fighting games, but there's nothing on anime fighters. I'm like, I'm gonna be that guy. I'm gonna do those videos, and I started making videos on BlazBlue.
You found your niche.
I found my niche. Yes, I'm like, there's nothing on the internet. I'm gonna start doing it, and I found some success. And luckily, there was a brand new BlazBlue game that was coming out, and that's when I had my big bursts. Like that got me from like 200 subs to like 1,500 subs, 1,800, 2,000. And I started keep going up and up and up. And then I started making guides, and then more games started coming out, and I started to make a name for myself in the community. And it got to where I am right now. A lot of transitions, a lot of different things, but how it started was definitely just the Let's Play stuff, as always.
And then, because you were playing, it was like anime was just waiting for you, bro. Like, never like you weren't destined to be like an anime tuber. An Annie-tuber or whatever they call them. You were destined to be like some sort of like genre of it, because it was like the anime fighting games, and then it was like the VTuber anime stuff.
Yeah,
and then it's like,
well, like Annie-tubers.
Yeah,
I didn't even know those were a thing. It's like they talk about anime.
Dude, I used to watch The Anime Man so much.
You introduced me to Anime Man. He had like 30K subs. Like, this guy's pretty good. This guy's pretty good, and he had that intro. You remember his intro? It's my favorite intro in all of YouTube.
I don't remember. Yeah. I don't remember.
It's just a cat going, yeah. That's it.
He would.
He
had the hair that was like...
Yeah, crazy hair, anime hair. Do all of that stuff. And then he got really big and stuff. Yeah, and then... But for the most part, when it comes to like Annie-tuber, I didn't even watch a lot of anime at the time. It wasn't until... God, when was it? When did I start watching anime? It was after I played anime fighting games.
Dude, like 2016 was like...
I think it was around there.
It was like 2014, 2015 was when you told me about anime.
I think it was around there, like 2014, 2015.
And what was the first one you showed me?
I think it's 2014, actually.
Nisekoi.
Nisekoi. What was it? Sword Art Online?
Oh, well, one of those two.
It's one of... I love Nisekoi so much.
Dude, I kind of want to rewatch it. I haven't seen it since 2015.
I can't rewatch anime that I started off with because I have too big of a head now.
Yeah, you just are like, oh, God.
It's like watching an old movie that you think so fondly of, and then all of a sudden you see it, and you're like, what was I thinking?
Oh, what's wrong with me?
What was wrong with me? This sucks.
Dude.
But, yeah, no, those animes are... I don't know.
Do you still watch a lot of anime?
Anime, it's hard to watch anime. I'll tell you the last anime I saw, which was... I watched popular anime.
Like shonen?
It's like, the ones that people are talking about.
Oh, yeah.
Like Ranking of Kings.
Oh, I want to see that.
That's
I haven't heard
really good one.
It's like it's like second on my list right now.
You'll love the main character. It's great. Like Chainsaw Man.
Chainsaw Man. Right. The problem with shows like Chainsaw Man and stuff like that is that like one of my friends is really trying to get into anime right now. Like he's like, make me a list. And like I want to put like Chainsaw Man and these things on it because they're good. They're popular. They're good introductions. But then I'm like, nobody who hasn't watched anime for the last 5 years is going to like Chainsaw Man because it plays so much on the anime tropes. Like the whole like boobs thing. And like just like the
that's not a good...
thing. And like Psyche K is one of my favorites, and like nobody would get that unless they watched like Toradora and like all of these old romance shoujos or whatever.
They play on the it's like a parody.
Yeah, they're like
they play on specific tropes and archetypes and stuff like that.
Dude, I watched so much anime, it was like unhealthy.
I remember we both did, to be honest.
We all did, bro. Yeah. So much, and then we all kind of stopped.
Oh yeah.
It's like once I got like a real girlfriend, like my first real girlfriend when I was like 17, then I stopped.
Yeah.
And then I started watching, but I like deep down I wanted to, but I didn't want to look like a loser.
Yeah.
So I would just watch like Naruto and like One Piece.
I remember, dude.
And so I watched like all of the Forbidden Four because they were like cartoons.
You didn't do all the Forbidden Four.
Except for Bleach.
Yeah, you didn't do Bleach.
And I got like 300 episodes into One Piece.
God, you stopped.
I watched
I can't believe you stopped. I watched all of One Piece, by the way.
Really? You're all caught up?
I'm caught up.
Dude,
well, not all the way caught up because right now they're in an arc called Wano. And Wano's like the longest running like arc ever.
Oh, wow.
It started like in episode 890 something, like almost 900. and they're at like 1060.
Oh my god.
It's still going. And they're at the end. They're at the end, and once that ends, great, great, because there's a big old reveal at the end.
Oh wow.
That we're all waiting for, and the Twitter's gonna blow up as soon as we get an actual adaptation.
Dude, One Piece fans are no joke.
They're rabid, dude.
They're crazy, bro.
They're kind of they're so. I've never seen something. Well, there's plenty of things, but like I've never seen an anime, or I've never seen something make a career, a YouTube career out of people than One Piece. There's like literal One Piece essay channels, One Piece theorists, One Piece analysts.
Oh my god.
One Piece everything, and they make a bunch of views, and they're literally making a career out of One Piece.
Dude.
Just talking about it. The only other one is like Star Wars, maybe.
Shout out to my friend Sam. Sam, if you're listening, this should be your new career. You should quit Sun Hills, stop playing the drums, and just become a One Piece YouTuber.
Oh my god, dude. There's so many. You have no idea, bro.
I think the reason I stopped watching One Piece was not because I got bored of it, but because I found out it was still going.
Yeah.
And like,
wasn't that a good thing?
Even the manga hadn't ended yet.
No, the manga's not done.
And so I was like,
Yeah.
and this was like 4 years ago,
Yeah.
5 years ago.
Dude.
And I genuinely, like, there are some shows that I'll watch that I won't watch because I know it won't end. Like Berserk. I want to watch Berserk so bad, but now that I know it's never going to end, I won't watch it.
Oh, I think it's going to end eventually.
Well, the guy died.
Well, they're going to continue.
Oh, they are?
Yeah, they're going to continue on because apparently like his assistant or like his the guy he was mentoring or the guy like he was mentoring, he's going to continue because he was like prepared to like in case anything happens to him. It's like, okay, you take over. It's crazy. I couldn't believe it.
That is crazy. See, I don't know. And like I want to watch One Piece, but I don't think I'll ever watch One Piece till it's done.
There's no. Don't you give me that. You're never watching one. If you don't watch One Piece now, you're never watching One Piece.
If One Piece ends, I'll watch it.
I don't believe you. I don't believe you. You're saying that.
$100 on it right now.
I'll bet you $1,000.
When One Piece ends, I'll watch it.
I so don't believe you. There's no way in hell.
I'm gonna do it now if I win $1,000.
I will bet $1,000. Nah, dude.
That's like 50 cents an episode.
50 cents an episode, bro. That's great. That would make a killing. I'm just watching One Piece,
dude. Oh, but yeah, I like stopped watching anime. Sorry, I'm like going back, but I stopped watching anime, and then I like started again a little bit when I was like 20, and especially during pandemic, I tried. But then I was just like watching all the wrong ones. So okay, sorry. Let me think about this.
I did too. Don't worry.
When I first started, it was like shonen, and then it was like rom-com, school anime, high school, slice of life, and then it was like shonen, and then I stopped, and then I started watching like rom-com again, school, slice of life, and there was no good ones, and I was like, this is terrible.
None of them are good. You realize that none of them are actually that
good. Yeah, I was just like 17 and really horny or something.
Yeah, to be honest with you, that's probably true. No, I started watching anime, watching bad anime. That's how I always say it. I watch bad anime.
Dude,
and
me too.
I don't know why. I have no clue. But I took a guilty pleasure in watching bad anime. Like I would literally go to my anime list, and if it had like 7.5 or lower, I'm like, yeah, I'm watching it. I'm watching it. And if it's like above an 8, I'm like,
who needs it?
Nah, maybe not. Well, maybe not today.
I feel like when we first started watching anime, the rarity of the 8 and above was really small. Now there's a bunch, but there really wasn't that many before.
No, before that's true.
Because it almost felt like mainstream. It was like, oh, if it's got over an 8, then it's probably actually stupid and it's not really good.
Yeah,
we were very wrong about that.
Yeah, incredibly.
But I actually just recently started watching like a bunch of anime again. I'm like back on the anime life, the anime grind. Have you seen we talked about this once because at first I was like, I can't get into this, and you were like, nah dude, you gotta keep trying. But,
what is it?
Kaguya-sama. Love is War.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm like almost done.
So I only watched season 1.
Dude, I'm almost done with season 3, and let me tell you,
It's incredible, right?
I'm like so sad for it to end.
Oh yeah,
I don't want it to be over.
Dude, you among other people, dude. I remember the time period where Kaguya-sama was the best anime of all time.
Yeah, it was number 1. It's the only anime to beat Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood.
No,
that's number 1.
I think there was another one too.
Oh, really?
There was another since then.
Uh-huh.
But no, the thing is, Kaguya-sama made a big deal about it because all the Kaguya-sama people were literally like making fun of because Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, that fandom is just as rabid because they want to maintain the number 1 status for Brotherhood. And
there's
they
like
just
fake accounts.
Yeah, if they make fake accounts.
Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood is good, but it's not that good.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't watch it. I never watched Brotherhood.
I watched it. It just felt like an American cartoon. I'd rather just watch Avatar.
You mean it was good? Freedom cartoons are always the best.
Sorry about that.
The Freedom cartoons are always the best. None of that Japan stuff.
Kaguya-sama definitely is fire.
Yeah.
It's like the only high school anime that I've been able to like confidently be like, this is actually pretty good.
Oh yeah.
And like the first 3 episodes, I was like, I'm too old for this shit. I can't keep watching this.
Oh.
And then I got past that, and I was like, I got hooked. I was like a fish in the water. Like I bit it, and I bit all the way, and then I was like,
you understand now.
And now I'm like, oh, this is so good.
Yeah, you get it now.
And I don't know why. I feel so little. I feel like a little kid liking this kind of anime again, but it's just fun.
Have you watched Spy X Family?
I watched the first like 4 episodes, and I got bored.
That's another great one, dude.
It's beautiful. The animation is stunning.
I don't care about the end. I care about the characters, dude. I care about Anya. Protect that little girl at all costs.
I kind of didn't love the wife. She was kind of boring. There was no development, but I feel like it probably comes later.
Yeah, you need to watch it before you start making such statements. You know that the Spy X Family, like I go a lot on Twitter, so I see a lot of like things that happen between the anime community. Mm-hmm. And one of the ones was there was a shonen guy. Mm-hmm. I know there's a shonen because it's anime profile picture of Goku or like Vegeta or some shit. So
like Vegeta.
Yeah, it's just Vegeta or something, right? So I'm like, oh, it's a shonen guy. Great. He's like making fun of the Spy X Family community, and he's like, dude, what do Spy X Family fans talk about every week? Like, what do they do? Like, nothing happens.
Yeah.
And it's like, and nothing happens, and the whole comment section and the QRTs were just, dude, hounding this guy. Because it's mostly because they're like it's filled with 2 types of people. There's making fun of shonen people.
Yeah,
it's like shonen people with shonen fans when they don't see an anime fight scene this week, and there's like the guy's shocked. It's like a Wojak type of thing. Or it's the Spy X Family community answering, and they're like, we talk about how pretty Yor is this week. Giga chat emote. We talk about how cute Anya is in the Giga Chad picture. I'm like, yeah, that's
what's up.
That's awesome,
dude.
It's like don't come at the Spikes. They're literally one of the most least problematic anime communities ever.
They're just like, we talk about family.
We talk about family. It's like Vin Diesel. Familia. I just love the answer. We talk about how pretty yours dress is this week, and I'm like, that's so base. That's so great.
Okay, I want to move back to your job.
Yeah. No, dude, viewers, we literally sat here for like 3 hours talking about anime, and you're gonna hear like 30 minutes of it.
We just talked about anime for so long.
we
took like 4 breaks.
We took like 4 breaks, bro.
They like literally. You people have no idea how much anime talk we just had.
Yeah, it's insane. Dude, set up a Patreon and just upload the whole thing.
Hey guys, subscribe to my Patreon, all 14 of you.
Dude, put it behind the paywall and start like threatening them. It's like, hey, we're going to talk about twerking behind the paywall. You want to hear about that?
If you want the link to my OnlyFans, you have to subscribe to my Patreon first.
Yeah, exactly. Just put it behind the paywall.
Going back to like your job. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to start asking you about money.
Yeah, go for it.
You don't have to answer anything you don't want to.
Yeah.
When it comes to like YouTube and Twitch and all these things, do you make most of your money from like sponsors, donations, or streams?
Monetary wise, I gotta say,
you don't have to answer whatever you want to.
No, you're good. I'll go ahead and I'll say that Twitch is probably where I make most of the revenue.
Mm-hmm.
Sponsors are also really big too.
Mm-hmm.
Sponsors are. It depends on the sponsor too.
Yeah.
Because some sponsors are very quick, very one time. Mm-hmm. There's some sponsors that stick around for a little bit, which are really nice. But then there is also like YouTube. You know, with the ad. I think YouTube is probably like my safest source of income, because on YouTube I can make videos and they come from ad revenue, and it's really nice. And plus you can attach like YouTube streaming on top of that if you want to, and you can make money that way. But I think the biggest source is definitely Twitch, from subscriptions, from bits. There's like an internal like Twitch system where they just give bits, which is like their way of like, hey, that's like their own Twitch currency. Mm-hmm. Like you pay $1, like $1.40 to have 100 bits, and that's that's $1 equivalent to the streamer.
Yeah.
So that is probably where I make most of, because it's like really easy for people to support the streamer on Twitch. Mm-hmm. Because you can subscribe, you can gift subs, you can give bits. And it's just, there's also like an aspect where it's like a call to action. Yeah. Where it's like, oh, if you subscribe to the channel, you'll be supporting the channel. And bam, you get like a couple subs maybe or something like that. So like, it's much better than relying on ad revenue or somebody watching your video. And then that revenue, you don't even know like if the person that watched the video is actually like watching it because of and how that view gets translated into monetization. Whereas on Twitch, it's very easy. You just make a sub. It's like, there you go. You just made money. So
I've heard a lot of like horror stories about like donations, because like can't those be like
So donations, I don't really encourage donations too much. I mean, if people want to donate, that's fine. Usually I'm very apprehensive about certain donations, and I don't get outrageous ones. I have gotten outrageous ones, but the ones that are outrageous are usually from like a pretty reliable source, like a longtime viewer maybe. But with donations, it's always a huge risk because they can be charged back.
Yeah, that's what I hear.
Yeah, they can be charged back, and they put your account. Usually it's through PayPal, and they can put it in the negative, and they can lock it up if you don't pay it back.
Oh, wow.
So whenever I get like a big donation or like donations, I keep it there for like a couple weeks. Even though I don't want to leave anything on PayPal. Donations is different, just in case they do charge it back for whatever reason, to troll or something happens and they don't tell me. Like, I don't know what happens. But when it comes to like Twitch stuff, everything's non-refundable.
Oh, really?
Like usually bits are not refundable.
Oh, okay. I see.
Subs are.
They are.
Yeah, subs are. I think you can charge it back if it's like immediately afterwards.
Wow.
Like you can like sub, get noticed by a streamer, and then charge it back.
That's like just blue balls.
Yeah, pretty much. But bits are, once you get bits, they're non-refundable. Like
and the only time I've ever given to streamers is with bits.
Yeah. Yep. So, but the thing is like, you know, Twitch has a you know, the bits, so you get taxed like 40 cents to just give $1 to the streamer instead of just giving just $1 to the streamer. So you have to pick and choose like how you want to do that, you know?
I think you have my Amazon Prime sub, though.
Let's go, Twitch Prime.
I think you've had my Amazon Prime for a long time.
Yeah, Twitch Prime.
No, that's not true, because I'm a normie in your chat now. I need to go re-up it. I think it probably just canceled over time.
So how it works, Amazon Prime, so Twitch Primes, you have to resub manually every month.
Oh, yeah.
It doesn't auto-renew.
Have it anymore. Okay, yeah. I got to go do that.
Yeah, it regular money, subs auto-renew.
Well, you could keep buying me dinner when I go down.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. It's like only for the low price of your Twitch Prime.
Like getting food, and then you're like, hey, Sean, let me see your Twitch Prime account really quick.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, all right. This one's on me.
Yeah, but when it comes to monetization, it's really nice for Twitch because on Twitch, I like if you want to say something on the stream, like text to speech, you can give 100 bits and you can say whatever you want through text to speech. So you can do things like that. I once did a Super Mario stream with crowd control. Meaning if you give certain bits, and it's an integration where if you give bits, it'll mess up their playthrough. Like there's like you give like 200 bits, you have an ice floor. So wherever you're at, you have an ice floor. So you're slippery now. And that lasts for like 30 seconds or a minute. There's one that's like 1,000 bits and like blocks start to disappear like from beneath you. So you're starting to like go through the level and all of a sudden the blocks just disappear from beneath you and you fall and you die.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Dude, I watched Beat 'em Ups just did that with Breath of the Wild. He crowd controlled Breath of the Wild and that just looked like the worst thing. But he beat the whole game.
Yeah, no, that's the point. You're trying to mess up the streamer.
Yeah.
And if you give support, you give bits, which is monetary.
I just made a bunch of money.
Oh yeah. Yeah. There was a lot of people that were supporting my stream. There was a lot of people at the end when I was getting to the end of the game. There was a lot of people against me, and there was a lot of people that were helping me, like giving me Yoshis, mushrooms, fire flowers. And it was like a battle between them. It's like, no, get rid of it. No, give it to him. And it's just like battling back and forth.
That's actually so funny.
It was really good. So anyways, there's stuff like that. There's a lot of integrations you can do. Like I said, call to action, where you can like have your viewers kind of like support your stream a lot faster than just giving a view on YouTube. So yeah, monetary wise, I think for sure. All three of them together is really nice, but eventually I do want to make, like I haven't really like monetized super well because I've been like pretty focused on certain things. Like I don't do merch. Yeah. I don't have a Patreon. I don't think like, but those are avenues that I would like to explore in the future.
I will say, as like a musician,
yeah,
all of our money comes from merch.
Oh yeah, I know that there's a lot of content creators and musicians like you that just make all their money on merch.
Dude, what is your like ideal life?
What do you mean?
Sorry. What's like your ideal like I don't know how to phrase this. I'm asking everybody who's been on my podcast. What is your ideal life? Like are you already living it? Because you're in a really cool job, right? Okay, so like what's your like ideal job, place? Like what's your life like? Like
just in general, or do you want just in my job?
No, like in general. Like where are you living? What do you do every day? What's your day to day? Like what is
ideal position to be in life?
Yeah.
If I'm gonna be honest, I want to stream to like a bunch of people, like literal like thousands of people, me playing video games, and not having to creatively do anything, just play video games.
Just be PewDiePie.
I just want to play video games, have people watch me, have people have fun with the chat, have the chat be interactive, and I just play whatever video game they want me to play.
That is so funny because to me, that's what you're already doing.
I'm not. No. And there's a lot more that goes into that than just like playing a video game. Because if you want my honest opinion, like gaming is like gaming streaming is kind of like going out.
Yeah, I bet.
I personally think here's like a realization. It's probably kind of hot, but like I do think that streaming is just dying in general.
Yeah, I think streaming is dying a little bit.
Yeah. No.
I mean, it's not dying anytime soon.
No. It's just going down. And I do think that if like I see like the future of like streaming, and it's like it's kind of grim because think about all the people that are streaming right now. At least the people on Twitch, on YouTube is different, and there's a lot of people that do like creative stuff. That's great, but I'm talking about the people that. Well, you can do like creative stuff, right? But what are you gonna do after that? Are you gonna do another creative thing, or are you just gonna get on stream and just start every day, going back to the chat? Trying to be creative every day is hard.
Dude, that seems like impossible to me.
It's really hard. That's like the hardest part about being a streamer is how do I entertain the chat today?
Do you ever like wake up and you're like, God, I do not want to stream today, but I have to?
There's a lot of times where I'm like that. And to be honest with you, 90% of the time, if I'm not feeling it, I'm not streaming.
Yeah.
I literally just go like, nope, I'd rather just not stream. probably chill or work on some YouTube stuff or some other things, because streaming is not by itself is not reliable. I have hiccups. Because how to grow from streaming is you have to do things that's not streaming. Basically, marketing your own brand outside of the stream is the most effective way to grow your stream.
Okay.
How weird is that?
What are like the things you do to market your brand?
Oh, just
so okay. Wait, let me rephrase this question. If I came to you and I was like, dude, I want to be a streamer and I want to stream. I don't care what it is. I want to stream every day and I want to be a streamer. I want that to be my job. I'm starting tonight. What is like the advice or the path you would give me?
Do not stream every day.
Really?
Don't do that. That sounds terrible. You have to basically, your streams are just a way for you to reach out to your community. And when you're streaming, what are you doing? Are you just playing a game sitting there?
I don't know.
Are you just going to be, unless every day you come up with a banger stream, like every day, like, then that would be pretty good for you. Come up with a bang, just like banger after banger, creatively, just different. And people are coming in and they're like, dude, this is like a TV show, or this is like, but that's not what's going to happen. You're going to come in every day. You're going to stream every day. You're probably going to play a video game. You're going to sit there and you are going to be immersed in your game, and you're probably not going to interact with the chat. And the chat's going to leave. They're not going to really like it too much. So what you do instead is you make a banger stream and you basically do all you can to market it out, make clips, YouTube is perfect. It's the best way. Make shorts, TikToks, just the simple stuff like that, and then just market your brand outside of your stream. Because if you just stream all the time, how are you going to get people to come to your stream?
Yeah.
So basically Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, get the best moments from your stream and then just try to get it out there so you can plant the seed in people. So people are scrolling by and they see you and they're like, oh, this is a person. They might either stop to watch it or they'll scroll by, but at least you planted the seed of who you are. It's like, oh, this is a person.
It's like an ad.
Yeah, it's like kind of like an ad. Like you at least planted the seed, so the next time maybe something happens, another thing happens. Maybe you have like another cool moment, and the person that initially saw your first post sees your second post. You're like, okay, I'm seeing this person again, and then just keeps going, and then maybe it'll sprout into somebody that comes to you frequently. So that's the whole general idea. But yeah.
So if I was like, I'm going to be a streamer, you would say that what I should do is I should stream less. Only when I have I know I'm going to have a banger stream, banging stream.
Yeah. So something that you're going to work towards, and it's really nice.
And even if I don't have a crowd interacting with me, I can still make good content from it.
Yeah, you can make good. You don't go into that making content on the stream. You have to go to the stream to film your already great content. Like, for example, you go on stream and you're just there and you're waiting for something to happen, or you're waiting for, you don't want to do that. You want to go into the stream being like, okay, here's what I'm going to do. I'm probably going to go
do all this stuff in Tears of the Kingdom that are crazy.
Yeah, I'm going to pretty much do a challenge run or something. And you go into the mindset of a challenge run, and then you go afterwards, after the challenge run, then you make a banger YouTube video out of it. And that, when you make that video, that's a better way to grow than any stream that you could do.
Yeah.
To get a YouTube video out, and if it's a good YouTube video, it'll start picking up.
So,
and all that good jazz.
And if you wanted to be a YouTuber, do you think that the best way to grow as a YouTuber is just straight up make really good videos and just keep doing it?
Make different videos. Make videos
that
are good. And that sounds really, really vague, but it's true.
It's true. It's just like
you just got to make a good video.
It's like every piece of art. I think like if you make if I make a song and it's not a banger, I know it in the numbers. Nobody cares about it, and you know what I mean. Yeah, it's probably the same with YouTube videos.
No, YouTube videos is. It used to be a game of numbers. It's like just keep uploading and something will stick. That's not the case anymore.
Dude, all art is moving that way.
Yeah.
It used to be that way. When we were at the peak of like people need content, it was that way. And now we're all like devoted. Like, I like wait for my YouTubers to put out videos.
Yep. You know? Correct. And you have to like make a good YouTube video. Making whatever is good right now. What people like right now is they love rise and fall videos.
The rise and fall of
insert blank here, you know. Those videos like are popping off, or like tier lists or like whatever, but like the rise and fall, like basically also dude, retrospectives. This is why I'm saying like there's 4-hour long videos on like retrospective on video games. Like the other day I saw a 6-hour long video on Kingdom Hearts 3, only on Kingdom Hearts 3. Jeez. That's it. And I'm like, dude, people are literally watching this and they wonder, and that's why I'm saying like streaming is going to die because, you know, people are using long form content in a YouTube video. I think in the future, this is like a very ignorant take on my part, but I feel like in the future, streaming is going to die. Like who wants to watch like Twitch streamers when they can just watch like a 6-hour long retrospective on their favorite video game?
Yeah, that's true.
You know, like that's their long form content that people are going to be watching.
It's crazy. Because I think the only reason that people really love streamers is because they love interacting and feeling like they're part of a community. Yeah,
no, that's true. That's true.
So it's like, what's going to replace that? Like Discord?
No, not
Club
Discord.
Penguin 2.0?
Club Penguin. No, but when it comes to like long form entertainment, that's what I do feel like. But that's one of the aspects of streaming that I feel like is the strongest, is the interaction that you have.
I feel like there are a lot of people who go into these like streams and go into these things to like almost to like be with their friends.
Yeah, no, and a lot of them are very, you know, devoted to, like you said, to those streamers, and they show up and they're like, all right, boys, let's go.
What are we doing today?
That type of stuff. And that's also a big part of streamers and stuff like that. But then people probably they start to like realize that they don't have as much time. Because I do feel like this does happen. Not to everybody, obviously. Some people make their time and they use their time differently. But some people like they grow out of it, or they like something happens in their life and it's like, I can't do this anymore. Yeah. You know, and then instead, so to fill in that gap, just go to YouTube. Yeah. Just go to YouTube.
YouTube is king.
YouTube is the greatest media platform of all time. There's everything.
YouTube is like, you could take away everything else from me. Yeah. But as long as I have YouTube,
I'm fine. Yeah.
Because you have movies,
entertainment,
music,
tutorial, musics.
You got everything on there, bro.
Education, entertainment. You have gaming. You have like what YouTube is the biggest media conglomerate ever.
It's incredible, and everybody uses it. Yep. And dude, it's crazy.
Dude, being able to be a YouTuber in 2023 is very hard.
Yeah, it seems like I feel like YouTube has been recommending me a bunch of tiny videos lately, though.
What?
More than it ever has. Like videos with like 40 views. Videos with like 20 views. Like just in my recommendations. And I don't know if it's because I keep clicking on them.
I don't know.
But I've been getting those like crazy, which has never happened to me. Because it's like usually I get like Linus Tech Tips, Beat 'em ups.
I love
Austin Evans,
Linus.
Dallas Cowboys. Just
like, sports stuff.
You know, like just like the things with millions of views. Rarely does it ever recommend to me something small. And lately, I've been getting so many of them. Like I watched a video today, and the person had 900 followers, and there was like 600 views on the video, and I didn't even realize till I was done with it.
It depends on what you've been watching too. Yeah. Like if there's a certain topic that you've been researching, and it's like it'll just recommend you anything in that topic, and that includes smaller videos. Because I get that a lot too. Actually, I get like I play like fighting games, and I look up videos on fighting games, and sometimes I get like smaller channel videos on that specific fighting game.
I've been watching a shit ton of the Retro Future guy and just like videos on like Nintendo and like Japan and like just like all of that. Yeah. And the video I got today was like all Nintendo console tier list from this person, so that makes sense.
Yeah. No, yeah, absolutely. Dude, like opinionated videos like that.
I think my next goal in life is to be a YouTuber.
Yeah.
Not really.
No, it's a lot of work. It's so freaking hard, dude.
Dude, I don't want to be a YouTuber in the sense that it's my job. I want to be a YouTuber in the sense that like I find passion in coming up with video ideas and like making stuff.
So here's the thing. That's my favorite part too. However, then you get to sit down and start editing.
Yeah, dude.
And that's when everything goes out the window. It's like, never mind. I don't want to do anything.
I don't care about any of this.
I will say that for the longest time, up until 2020, so 2022 is when I hired my first editor.
Really?
Yeah, my first editor, and now I have 3. Actually, 4.
Plus Polo.
No, he doesn't do that. He doesn't do it anymore. He hasn't done it for years.
Oh wow.
Yeah. He wants to do other things and stuff, and he wants to kind of like do his own thing.
That's awesome.
So I'm like, okay. So I got like 3 people, always giving them the videos after I usually like stream on. So I go on Twitch expecting to make a YouTube video.
Yeah. I think that's usually what most people do.
And I've been doing that for years, and that's probably where I got my most of my success. Back in 2020. Well, I've been doing it for longer than that, but in 2020, that's when I really started to rev it up, like the beginning of like in March, when I'm like, okay, let me stream on Twitch to make a YouTube video, and then that's when I got my biggest growth spurt.
Oh.
So, but not everyone does that. Yeah. You can't really go to like nowadays. There's so many YouTube videos of Twitch streamers doing things on Twitch and just edit it down.
Yeah,
that's what I mostly do. And I've recently started to do like more YouTube exclusive stuff, and that's really fun. That's like really fun if I have the motivation to edit it.
Yeah, it seems like an absurd amount of work.
It's nuts, and sometimes it's like this didn't work out as well as I wanted it to.
Whenever I do something cool or like weird, I try to vlog it. Yeah, and then I start editing the vlogs, and then I stop. And I never release it.
I'll tell you right now, getting an editor is amazing for that. You literally pay. I know you do. You need the money, but to pay someone to edit videos is the greatest feeling ever. Dude. And then when they deliver it to you, because the thing is, when it comes to like editing videos, I didn't mind editing it myself, to be honest, because a lot of people have an issue with editing their own content because they're like, "Ooh, it's me." Yeah, like I don't want to find this funny at all. But if you give it to an editor, they come back and they make a video out of it. I'm like, I'm kind of funny. You know, it's like that. Yeah. So, it's getting an editor was the best thing. If you can like afford it, oh my god, dude, it's so good to get an editor.
Do you think there are YouTubers who like their craft is in the editing though?
Is in the editing?
Like that's like their favorite part. Like that's like their thing.
I can't think of one single. Really? I cannot think if that is their thing. Good for them. But the creative part is usually the funnest. They'll definitely agree that the funnest part is coming up with the idea, filming the idea, or coming up with the idea and stuff like that. But then when you sit down to make a product, you're like, I don't mind it, but still, that's not the funnest part. Yeah. Actually, the funnest part is when everything is done.
Yeah. I was like thinking about, I'm like comparing it to music in my brain because that's what I know. Yeah. And there are a lot of people who like, there are all kinds of musicians who are like, I don't even want to think about recording it. I just want to have it done. Yeah. And then there's people who like want to record it and track it and do all this stuff and then have somebody else mix it. Yeah. And then there are the people who like, their favorite part is mixing it.
Well, that's why that's their job. Yeah. That's why they get paid for that.
There's a lot of musicians who like, it's not their job to mix it, but
they love it.
They refuse. That's like their favorite part of like the making it process is like making it sound good and like making and doing all the atmospheric stuff.
You know, I relate to that because I feel like that's due to them having a lot of attachment to their own project, and they don't trust anyone else but themselves for that project. So they're like, I want it to sound a specific way. Nobody else can make it happen but me.
And honestly, that's how I am. Like, I've been trying to have other people record my music for the first time.
Yeah.
And I'm having the hardest time with it.
That was the hardest part about letting go of my videos. It's like, I want it done a certain way. But after a while, I'm like, okay, this is nice.
Yeah.
It's nice. As long as you get the right people, I should say.
I think it's all about finding the right
Yeah, like that can see like what you want. And that's one of the hardest parts. But once you let it go, never look back.
Yeah.
I still edit some of my stuff though. It depends, because here's what I do right now. I do a hybrid of fighting games and VTuber stuff, or just like stuff. I try to branch out from VTuber stuff too, obviously. Like I just do like entertaining stuff in general, but the ones that really, they know me for VTuber stuff. So that's the stuff that gets the most views on my channel. So that stuff, like the stuff that I know will get higher views, I give it to editors.
Oh, that makes sense.
And then the stuff that gets lower views, aka fighting games, I edit it myself because it's like a passion thing for me.
That's cool.
So it's like, okay, if it does well, great. But this is mostly just for me to put out a product that I want on my channel.
Okay.
So, and then sometimes I get too lazy and I'm like, well, never mind.
Like, never mind. I'm done.
Yeah, I just don't want to do it.
Dude, I feel that sometimes.
Yeah.
It's crazy how the like creative juice ebbs and flows. Like the motivation of it, I mean. Yeah.
There's a lot, like this year I've done a lot of like creative stuff, I feel like more than ever. Instead of like, because I was a big believer in, just keep going. Your personality will shine, people will come. It's like, well, that's not how it works. You have to make good products, creative ideas, and people want to click on your videos or click on your stream or be interested. And I came up with this idea to do a talk show with like bigger VTubers.
Yeah.
And that's where like, even though it's like not like hugely successful, I love it because I'm getting something of value out of it by talking to them. And I like that.
Yeah, that's like just sitting here talking with you, I'm
It's
getting
valuable.
like a value of like, I'm like sitting here thinking like, man, if I actually want to make Kipper Snack a successful thing, I probably need to go start making content around it.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like I should probably start making videos.
Unless one of your songs just takes off on TikTok.
Yeah, but
you make it.
To make that happen, I have to make TikToks. I hate TikTok. I refuse to make TikToks.
Well, who knows? If it's good enough, then somebody else will take it.
That's true.
Yeah, to make it a sound.
But yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah,
the YouTuber thing.
Yeah, the YouTube stuff. It's cool, man. Creatively, it's so freaking hard, dude.
Yeah, dude.
So I'm hoping, but you get to networking is also a big part of it.
Did you ever have moments where you like, what's the word? You like were like frustrated with it, or you were like you were like what's the word I'm looking for? Like, like it's like a synonym to like demotivated.
Oh, that I get basically
it's like I want to say disheartened, but not that word.
It's that's pretty much what it is. It's like basically, is there ever a time where I like look at something, it's like, oh well, I'm kind of I get disheartened by it, or
there's a better word.
There's a better word for it.
I can't remember what the word is.
But
now.
I call myself ESL.
ESL. You are technically.
I am an ESL.
Yeah.
So I just don't know.
Everybody in my life is ESL.
Pretty much
for me.
Yeah, pretty much. But there's a lot of times where like something doesn't work out nearly as good, and I'm like, oh well, why should I even do it again? Yeah, and stuff like that. But it's one of those things where you just have to keep trying, or like go back to the drawing board.
Yeah.
But no, there's definitely been times where I'm like, oh, the numbers are low, because the numbers are this what makes the dopamine go up, So it fills the brain with dopamine, but you have to go at your own pace, and you have to take baby steps. You can't just expect to reach the moon in one go. You have to build up towards it, and eventually you'll get there. And you have to be smart about it. That's the thing. Because, the people that I mean, of course, the work smarter, not harder. Like that, there's a reason for that. You know, like the person who's just banging on a wall, it will take a while for them to get to their destination, the other side of the wall. While a smart person will just literally take a stick of dynamite and just blow up the wall, and just go through in one swoop.
Yeah,
just you have to work smarter, not harder, and it's one of those things.
Yeah. Did you ever like? Because, like, obviously now it's, like, your full-time job and you're very successful at it. But, like, when you weren't successful at it and you were, like, working at the bank and you were doing these things and you were still really small, did you ever, like, have, like, serious doubts? Were you ever like, why am I doing this? Or was it always just, like, this is fun. This is what I do for fun?
I always thought this was going to be a side thing for the longest time. And I was having my real job pay the bills, and this would be on the side. It's just extra money at all. That's what I always thought about it for the longest time. And then I started to get to the point where it's like, okay, it's creeping up. It's actually, I'm getting to that point where, I could probably do this full time.
Yeah.
And that's when it clicked with me. And I'm like, okay, I could probably do it.
Okay. So it wasn't even the goal to be a full-time streamer.
No, it was never the goal to be a full-time streamer.
It just
happened.
Passion.
Yeah, it was just a side thing, and then it became a full-time thing because it was getting to the point where I could. So, yeah, it was always a side thing.
That's cool.
I know, right?
I feel like most people...
That's why I can't relate to the people that are like, I'm in this to be a full-time streamer.
Yeah.
And I'm like...
people who, like, quit their jobs when they shouldn't.
Yeah, because there's a reason why 99.9% of streamers quit.
Yeah.
Literally, like the 0.1% is the people who make it into like full-time stuff.
It's like the people who are going to do it either way.
Yeah.
That's something that I think, and I remember actually I was talking to your dad about it, and I don't remember where you were. I think you stepped away, and I was like, it's so cool that, because it was like right when you first quit, and I came over and your job, and we were talking about it, and I was like, I think the thing that is so cool to me about Tonki being able to do this full time is that he would be doing it either way. I was like, even if he didn't quit his job, even if he could never quit his job, he would be doing it either way. And I was like, that's so sick.
Yeah,
I told your dad
no matter what, I'm doing it.
Because there's so many people who like, they pick something because they idolize this lifestyle.
Yeah.
And then they throw everything they have at it. And a lot of times it just doesn't work that way.
Yeah.
And then people get really discouraged. Discouraged!
That's what it is. That's the word.
Jesus Christ.
Discouraged.
They get like discouraged and then they just can it, and then they spend time looking for the next thing.
Yeah, I can't relate to those people.
Yeah.
It's like no matter what, I'm going to be doing it. It's just I'm going to figure out a way to make it work before I do it. Like I've always been in a position because it was around 2016 when I got partnership on Twitch. I got my button. That's where people could subscribe to me and support me monetarily. And that's where I'm like, okay, I need to, and I was already working full time at another job. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to do this. I already pretty much work full-time job. I'm going to do this on the side and that's it. I just want to grow my YouTube channel. I just want to make videos. That's it. And then, dude, I used to work 40 hours a week and stream and make YouTube videos all by myself. Those were brutal. Those were brutal times. Like
I just thought about how much work went into that.
Oh, dude, I would wake up 8 in the morning, go to work, come back at 6, stream at like 8, stream until like 12. And then maybe make a YouTube video, fall asleep like at 2 or 3 in the morning, and then wake up, do it all over again the next day.
Jeez, man.
I won't lie. There were a lot of times where I'm like, I'm not streaming today. I'm just gonna lay in bed. There were a lot of times where like that.
So
I didn't have a schedule.
When you were like doing that, were you thinking about like this is temporary, or was it just like I could do this forever? Like the grind time.
Oh, the grind, like streaming and stuff?
Yeah, just being like, I wake up at
I didn't
8.
even think about it. I just did it.
Yeah?
I just did it. I'm like, I like doing it. I like watching my view count go up. That's how I got my dopamine. And I'm like, I'll just make a video. If I make a video, I'll see the view count go up. And that's how I'll do it. And that's it. And that's it. I didn't even think about like do it like in the future, maybe. Oh, I always had it in the back of my mind. It's like, I would love to do this just full time. Just do this. That's it. If I could support myself monetarily, by doing this, I'd do it in a heartbeat.
It's so cool.
Yeah, but I didn't and I didn't go full time until I could do that.
Yeah.
I would never jump off ship. I'd jump ships if I couldn't support myself monetarily. Like that's I always thought that was a smart thing to do.
Yeah.
So that's what I did.
It's so sick that you're there.
Yeah, I know. And now that I'm here, it's very different.
Do you ever feel like imposter syndrome?
Well, what's that?
Imposter syndrome is when you're like, I'm just a dude. Why do I have this? I shouldn't be here.
No.
You don't ever have that?
Oh, no. I'm like, I worked hard for this shit. No, dude.
You've been grinding for a very
No,
long
yeah,
time,
I
man.
grinded. I definitely, I don't think, I shouldn't say I deserve it. I should say that
You earned it.
I not even like
Worked
I earned
for
it.
it.
I worked for it. I put in the hours and stuff like that. Do I know that other people work just as hard as me or even more than me? Yeah. But yeah, I'm just happy that it happened. I'm very selfish when it comes to this. I'm just happy that it happened to me. So,
Dude, that's awesome.
but
That's refreshing.
yeah.
Everybody I know, we're all like, we don't deserve anything.
Yeah, we don't deserve. No. I wouldn't trade this for the world. I will say though, once I went full time, or I started doing this full time, or since I started streaming, actually, gaming has always been my escape.
Yeah.
But since streaming, it's now my job.
Yeah.
So that's not my escape anymore.
Oh, wow.
So that's been probably one of the most difficult things about going full time, is trying to find something to escape to.
Yeah. So like when you find a game you stream, when you like are done streaming, you don't want to play any other games.
No, I
anymore.
do, but it's the opposite. So when I'm streaming off stream, I'm like, I should be streaming this.
Oh.
I should be streaming this.
You like
And
feel guilty.
yeah, it's like I should be making content out of this. It's
That's crazy.
Yeah, so
'Cause
it's
you're like, this is what I make money doing. If I'm doing it, I should be making money.
no,
Not necessarily
not necessarily the monetary part, is the content part.
Yeah.
Because I'm at the point where it's like, okay, money is not really an issue for me
Uh-huh.
anymore. I can support myself,
Mm-hmm.
and I have. I like to say to myself that I'm pretty successful monetarily wise. Like money's not an issue for me. I can pay rent. I can pay the bills. It's now how to make entertainment. That's literally me right now. Like I always said, if the one thing that I want to do is, because I'm at this point right now, I want to support myself. I want to get to the point where I don't have to worry about rent. I don't have to worry about food. And if my family needs any money, I can give it to them. Those are the three big, and I got those three check marked. Now that I have those three check marked, I can work on content, entertainment.
Yeah.
That's my biggest priority. Not necessarily. That's why I haven't done like the Patreon or the merch, because like money is not the biggest driver.
Yeah.
It's the content.
Yeah.
So yeah.
That's sick.
And that's the hardest part, because I can make money. Money's fine.
Yeah.
It's like I just gotta make good content, and
yeah.
that's the hardest part. So
That's so cool.
yeah,
That's such a cool perspective.
it's very interesting. It's very interesting. I will say that I think I have gotten dumber since streaming.
Yeah.
I'll add that.
Do you think that maybe that's because you're not like, because it's not like you're doing a job that requires you to use your brain like all the time?
No, it's just like I learn a lot. It's just you end up relying, as a streamer, you end up relying on the chat a lot. And if you do that all the time, because there's a lot of streamers that know a lot and they're very smart and they're very up to date, but I've never been the guy to like read articles or stuff. I've always been a guy that reads up on things because I have to, because it's school, because my job,
Yeah.
like being at working at the bank and stuff, it required me to learn a lot about finance and just in general, just be part of like normie society.
Yeah, just to like
Now
keep
that
up.
I don't have that anymore, like I don't have to interact with normies. I don't have to go to school anymore. I literally just sit and play video games and become a clown for a bunch of people to throw, so I can entertain them. So, and because of that, I just don't really. I lose brain cells. Like, you know, like I'm like, what is that? What is this? Or like I do a lot of things like that, and I don't read up on things.
Dude, do you think you'd ever want to go to school again?
Yeah.
Yeah?
That's definitely something that I would like. If I'm always like a believer in, if you want to do something, just do it.
Just do it.
You know, and like if I go to myself as like I don't feel accomplished, and I want to accomplish something bigger, like a master's degree or something, then yeah, I would 100% do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like that's what's fulfilling me.
Dude, I never went to school because I could never pay for it, and I had terrible grades.
Yeah.
So I could never get scholarships.
Same here.
But now that I'm 24, I could apply as an independent for FAFSA. So they're giving me money to go to school, so I'm going.
That's sick. That's another like really good thing about jobs, like certain jobs, like they'll pay for your school.
Yeah, that would be really cool.
Yeah, and to be honest with you, if I stayed with the bank, I would have definitely taken up their schooling system.
Yeah, I wanted to do that at the bank too, but I had to be full time.
Yeah.
Which is so funny that they're like, you have to be full time to get.
Yeah, you have to be full time.
But then it's like,
come on, bro.
How are you gonna go to school if you're full time?
Exactly.
But, yeah, now because as a barista, most of like it's like my income is technically really low, you know. So
yeah,
I like the government's just like, yeah, we got you, bro.
We got you, bro. No worries.
So now I'm gonna go.
That's pretty great.
But anyways, thanks for coming on. We talked a lot about anime.
That's it?
Yeah, that's it.
That's it?
We talked a lot about anime.
Yeah.
I wonder how long this episode's going to be because I'm cutting
a lot of
probably 40% of it because it's all just me and
fluff.
Tolkien we're just like relating to each other through anime.
Yeah.
And nobody else is going to get it. So I'm going to cut a lot of that. But for the most part, I think like I've really loved a lot of your perspective on like becoming a successful streamer, like a YouTuber. I think that's so cool, and I think it translates to so many people's passions. Oh yeah,
it's definitely not just for streaming.
Yeah, I mean, even I learned a lot. Everybody go check them out on YouTube, on Twitch.
Hell yeah,
Koefficient with a K.
Yes, sir.
It's pretty sick. But thanks for stopping by. Thank
listening. You for having me.
I'll probably have him on another episode eventually because I feel like there's a lot more to talk about.
You can have me on for anything.
Anyways, thanks for listening to the Kipper Snack Podcast. There will be another episode next Monday. One of my good buddies is gonna be on it. He rocks. He is an artist. He also does other stuff too. I'm not gonna tell you who he is yet. You just gotta show up next week.
Show up.
And I love you. And I hope you have a wonderful, beautiful night.
Cringe.
And you have just the best time in the whole world doing whatever you're doing today, tonight, tomorrow, whatever it is.
Have a good night.
Goodbye.